Welcome to the Process Breakdown Podcast, where we talk about streamlining and scaling operations of your company, getting rid of bottlenecks, and giving your employees all the information they need to be successful at their jobs. Now, let's get started with the show.
Dr. Jeremy Weisz here, host of the Process Breakdown Podcast, where we talk about streamlining and scaling operations of your company, getting rid of bottlenecks, and giving your staff everything they need to be successful at their job. Past guests, FP, first of all, I know this is near and dear to your heart. I'm going to introduce FP in a second, but past guests include David Allen of Getting Things Done, Michael Gerber of the E-Myth, and many, many more. So check out other episodes of the podcast. And this episode is brought to you by Sweet Process. And if you've had the team members ask you the same questions over and over again, and it may be the 10th time you spent explaining it, FP, right? Never happened, right? There is a better way. There is a solution. Sweet Process is actually a software that makes it drop dead easy to train and onboard new staff and save time with existing staff. So not only do universities, banks, hospitals, and software companies use them, but first responder government agencies use them in life or death situations to run their operations. So basically, people use Sweet Process to document all of the repetitive tasks that eat up their precious time, their team's precious time, so they can focus on growing the company. You could sign up for a free 14-day trial. No credit card is required. Go to sweetprocess.com, sweet like candy, SWEET process.com. And I'm excited about today's topic. We're going to talk about many things, but also how to accelerate the achievement of your business goals in 5 easy steps. We have FP Moffet. He's a COO at Connect&GO, which is a world leader in smart wearable solutions for guest experience in leisure and entertainment and much more. He specializes in helping visionary founders and investors scale companies by building high-performance teams and establishing a structured and disciplined operational foundation. FP, thanks for joining me.
Hey, thanks, Jeremy. Happy to be here.
So let's start with tell me and the audience, what does Connect&GO do?
Yeah, so Connect&GO, we have a smart wearable platform that we use in attractions such as theme parks, water parks, zoos, as well as events to do everything from ticketing, access, payments, gamification. So basically to streamline and make it very easy for any guest that enjoys the attraction or music festival.
Yeah, I see some of the people on your site, like the NBA, the Toronto Maple Leafs. There's probably a number of ones. So I guess someone goes in, they're maybe a season ticket holder of a team. They go in, they could have this nice swipe bracelet. They swipe. Then they go up, they want nachos, then they swipe, then they want other stuff and they swipe. Is that about right?
Exactly. On top of it, I mean, you can either attach it, you can take pictures, attach it to your profile, videos, sometimes we in family entertainment centers to kind of attach it to games as well, where you can, compete with some of your friends and your peers. And we're mentioning, you had a fun of paying. Actually, we did as well the Fire Festival a few years back. So if you remember that wristband on which they were putting money, it was ours. So it's part of the folklore at Connect&GO.
You mean the Netflix? There's a Netflix special on that, right?
Yeah.
You should check it out. So yeah, if you see a bracelet, it was Connect&GO.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's a lot of different use cases, and unfortunately, I can't wait for those things to go back in full effect with COVID. Talk about the journey through COVID-19.
Yeah, I mean, crazy. It's a year ago, almost day to day, that from from actually a Friday to the next Monday, we became 100% on-premise team to 100% remote. All of a sudden, and also from a business perspective, a lot of, I would say, unknowns as we were seeing our events business, basically each event being canceled one after the other and not knowing when it would go back. And then also some more of our we were doing at the same time a pivot towards attractions that are open to 365 days a year. So also being closed. So I mean, on one hand, doomsday scenario, and then that kind of forced us really to rethink the way we run our business. And actually, if we're 1 year after, we really took advantage of the year we had behind us to really accelerate product development, build a much stronger culture. And as well, I mean, under that, I have a very solid framework. I think it's about that time that we've implemented an OKR process where, like, with specific goals at each quarter, really to take us, the team and our team members to the next level in terms of, okay, how can we build our product faster? How can we take advantage of all the opportunities that we have and actually be in the best position possible for, where we are now, where now we're slowly, with vaccination, we're seeing, all like Disneyland that is planned to reopen in April. We see the UK that's very soon they're gonna, open events as they were before, to be ready for that day and take advantage of the recovery. So and we're there now.
So what have you found, FP, any interesting use cases as you're like, oh God, one by one, games are canceled, events are canceled? What were some interesting use cases that you found people using Connect&GO?
Yeah, we looked at different opportunities in terms of, for example, using our wristband and with some partners to have smart wearables to ensure social distancing between people and log.
You get like shocked if you come within like a foot of someone, like, oh yeah, I gotta stay social distancing.
Actually, yeah, with we with one of our partners, actually with vibration and light, it's possible. And at the same time, actually, we just launched with a partner called CrowdX, a technology where you can have on your wristband information on on the status of a rapid test. So then they can with that you can if you go in a stadium or in a festival, you can know either were you vaccinated or not, or did you test positive or not, in order to control who's getting in or out. So in a little bit kind of that in that hybrid world where not everyone is vaccinated, a solution to be able to get back to normal life.
That is really quite interesting. I could see a use case for hospitals, actually. Anyone's been in a hospital, right? You see those like kind of archaic bracelets that they strap on you. Have you found any hospitals want to use this for?
Actually, at the beginnings of COVID, we actually had a few discussions, but at the same time, it's a little bit like a lot of opportunities. But as a business, and that's my role as well as CEO, is to make sure that we properly sort out the opportunities that are going to help us grow in the long term and create value versus what can be interesting in a short term, but actually slow us down for our end objective.
What have you found been, you have your fan experience, right? What is the fan experience? How is this smart wearable help with the fan experience?
I think really when you go at an event or at an attraction, there's a physical, I would say, an experience that you're gonna live or experiences that's you're gonna enjoy. But I think there's so much potential of what you can do before or how to enhance digitally the experience on site and even after to be able to close the loop. But actually, if enough, today we just launched our Play&Go solution, which is about how we can use digital to make the live event or attraction more interesting, meaning that you come with your wristband, you can only focus on living the experience. You can leave your phone in your pocket or actually in the locker if you're at a water park, and use that to pay for food, beverage, or merchandise. You can use it to trigger lights and sound show. You can use it take pictures, and after that you can publish on social media. So really to create unforgettable memories of that specific, afternoon, noon or night that you're going to spend at the venue.
I know we're going to talk about how to accelerate achievement of your business goals in 5 easy steps, but I need to get your take on innovation.
Yeah.
Because what I see so many moving parts and so many amazing use cases and applications for this, because there's a lot of data that is being stored, and it gives people flexibility to do a lot of things with it. What do you, I don't know if you're allowed to share some of these things, but what's on the roadmap for what you're working on now, or use cases that you're going to be releasing?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, even a use case today that we had some of our customers over the last year use it is specifically in a COVID world where you need to be able to know your capacity in real time. You have like public health that is monitoring you. So just being able to give the operator the opportunity to know how many people there are on site at any time and where they are, it allows you to properly dispatch your staff in different locations, so you can optimize the number of people you have, and you can take better decisions over the long run on the operational stage. But after that, for sure, there are a lot of I would say opportunities. We're working with we have a research project right now with one academic institution here, where for example we're parsing with video cameras the site, and be able to develop different heat maps in order to optimize traffic, see areas where you have where social distancing is not respected, and you need to make adjustments to your operations, and then after that, for the future, it's endless, because I think, I mean, you can get a lot of data points of where people are all physically, but I think what we do have that nobody else has is that as there are different activities, we're able to capture much more precise and finite interactions. So which rides have you been on? How many times? Which games have you played? And I think which provides the potential, and actually that's our vision, to provide a much more personalized guest experience in the leisure and attraction sector.
Yeah, you can give someone a really individualized experience, because let's say you're going to this amusement park, and every time you go, you order the nachos, the Coke, or whatever. It'll probably can show up like, hey, here's some, we already know you like this. Do you want this? Or I love what you said about the heat map, because I picture like in a website, you can really pull up a website and the analytics there and see heat map. People are all concentrated here. They're looking at here. They're spending this much time here. It's interesting to see that if the park knows at 1 p.m. there's a flood of people that go to this one concession, and there's only one person's staff there. Well, you can see, well, maybe from this time period, you should have 3 people staff there, or whatever it is. And I picture when you say the amusement park can get real-time analytics if the capacity of COVID, I picture that person at the front with that clicker, like the old school version, they have that clicker that's just like counting people. They're clicking it and they're counting people instead of the new school way of like they scan their Connect&GO and it like registers into the cloud or something like that, right?
Yeah, but what was funny enough, I think just my call just previous our interview here was actually about one of our customers. That's what they're doing now. They're using a clicker, and actually they don't know yet, but we're going to be offering to do a pilot with them with actually automating all that to try out our technology. Again, I think a lot of opportunities there too. I think in an industry where in many regards is still a bit behind in terms of technology. And I think now with the return, as they are reopening, they're going to be looking for solutions on how to optimize their business. They have less capacity, so the spend per head or the amount of revenue they can generate for each guest is super important. But at the same time, the goal at the end of the day is not only to generate revenue, but how can you like make the experience unforgivable? And I think right now we're all at a point where we've been stuck in our homes for a year now. We're just looking to go out and have fun. And I think, we want to contribute to make that experience fun again, and make the best out of it.
Are there any other FP old school versus new school? So like old school, little clicker, new school, obviously scan. What's other old school things that Connect&GO is replacing?
Yeah, old school. I mean, using paper tickets, using I would say ticketing at the counter, or even, I mean, really in many places, I think you could replace a lot of the stuff that doesn't necessarily add value to sell tickets with either self-serve kiosks or mobile kiosks where people can, again, we want to make the flow of coming into an attraction easy, because you don't want to go there and then make the line for hours. You just want to go there and have fun. And also, I think, all the counting, and even all the being able to measure affluence at each one of your ride. I mean, typically operators, what they do, they're looking at the line size, but even if you have like data points or checkpoints at the start of each ride, you know exactly how many people there are at which time of the day. So you can, again, improve the logistics of your park by spreading more the crowd around. And again, at the end of the day, the guests say, hey, well, that was a cool experience. I want to go back. I just don't want to go one time this year. I want to get back, bring my friends over, and so on.
So let's talk about the 5 steps. So how to accelerate the achievement of your business goals in 5 easy steps. What's the first one?
Yeah, I mean, the first one, very simple. I mean, you need to align on a vision of what you want to accomplish as a team. And that's where I think communication is super important. And then to clearly state as a leader, as where you want to go. And also, I mean, engage in a discussion on the team of what does it mean. And also, I mean, that's where it's important where you want to go, but also where you don't want to go. So to be very clear on what you're focusing on, and be super clear as of, okay, why you're doing that, what you want to accomplish, what are going to be the positive consequences for the team, but also for each individual.
Okay, cool. Yeah, vision is important, right? Everyone's aligned. There's a North Star. Everyone knows where they're going. What's the second step?
Yeah, second, I mean, to have very specific goals. And when I mean specific goals, it's something concrete, something that you can touch. So it's very objective. It's a number, it's a dollar figure, it's a deliverable with a specific date. So yeah, your classical SMART objective. But at the same time, I think it's really important to make it visible, to put it on the board somewhere in the office, and for sure right now, as we've been remote for the last year, to have the technology, that virtual dashboard that everybody sees. That's, I think, the right way to do it. And to make sure that also there's no ambiguity, that, okay, it's clear, it's black or white, what do you want to accomplish?
So do you have an internal system that you use with a virtual dashboard, or any tools you recommend? Where does it live on your guys' internal structure?
Yeah, I think the tool is not that important. What it's really important is, it's going to be as much energy that you're putting into it. So we've been on actually Excel for most of the last year. And then recently we've been using Lattice, which I think they're a bit more evolved in terms of managing all your OKRs. And again, it facilitates communication and also transparency. I mean, our objectives are available for everyone in the team to see, so they know where we're heading.
Yeah, I could see that being a motivating factor of people seeing that tick up as you're going to reach a goal.
Yeah, and then also I think it's good to see even like you see the goal of, okay, hey, what the CEO is doing, what are his objectives, what's my leader doing, what's my colleague doing. It's all clear, it's transparent to everyone. So I mean, it's easier for every team member to know, okay, this is what I'm going to be contributing, and this is what my colleagues are doing.
So first, vision. 2, goals, trackable, measurable, visible. What's 3?
Yeah, 3, it's to work on the lead indicators and lead activities, meaning what you can control day in, day out, and actually where you can have a reward at the end of the week to say, hey, okay, I've advanced it to the next step, and really to focus on kind of the behavior and process that drives the final outcome, and really feel that you have an impact. So then it becomes so simple that it's just a matter of doing it. So it's to break your specific goal in small step that you can see, feel, touch the advancement every week.
Is there an example you could give me, whether this company, past company, or in general, about a lead indicator?
Yeah, but I think what's easiest is, for example, you look at sales and marketing. So you're looking to achieve a certain figure in sales, either in the current month or at the end of the quarter. So it's all about how you measure every step of the funnel. So okay, how many outbound calls have you done in sales? How many leads are coming through a specific channel in marketing? How many are converting to a demo? How many are converting to a proposal and later on to a sell? So you can focus on the lead activity, because at the end, maybe the salesperson can control the volume of sales they're gonna conclude, specifically in a COVID world where it's a bit less predictable. But they can control, okay, how many theme park am I going to contact this, or how many conversations I'm going to have this week, how many demos I'm going to do. This is where you have more control, and also you have a reward, because then you can have something you say, okay, good, I've achieved that objective. Now I can advance and move on from week to week.
Yeah, you have control over it. If like, oh, how many stadiums signed up in the past month? Well, you don't have control over that, but you can control, I emailed these, 50 stadiums just to check in on them, and you can control that indicator.
Yeah.
So what is the fourth one?
It's measure and adjust all the time. So it's to make sure I think take the example I like to run, and so I always have my GPS watch to look at, at what pace are you advancing. Typically what I've used in at Connect&GO and then previous organizations is kind of a weekly cadence where every Monday morning you look at your dashboard, you look where you are you on track or off track, but more, okay, what actions are you taking to adjust? And the fact that you have like kind of those results in your face every week, it's kind of a natural force that pushes you to act every week, and all those small actions that you take every week, that's where it kind of, I don't know, it's like a magnet that brings you towards your objective, because you always feel a sense of urgency. It's I'm off after 1 week, I need to do something, versus if you look at it, later on at the end of the month, and really to focus not just on, what I hate, actually, we've banned this quarter, is not to use percentage. Oh, I think, I'm 80% there. It's to have like something that you can count, that you can touch. And again, that is visible to everyone. So it's not about, and also not focusing on, hey, is it, the number is good or right? It's okay. How can I support you in achieving your objective? What resources do you need to get there?
Yeah. So that in measure and adjust, if you're looking at the metrics, then every week or whatever amount of frequency, you can tell what needs to adjust. Kind of it's in the same process. You're like, wait, last week I made 30 outreaches and this week I did 10. Well, you could see what happened this week, right? You can immediately kind of see and measure, you're measuring it, but you could adjust accordingly. Yeah. What would be the fifth step?
Yeah, fifth step, it's about the environment. So keep the spirit up. I think it's important to always kind of celebrate the small wins. So for example, we take time every week. We have a weekly staff meeting where we say, hey, what are our 3 wins of the week? To really even to celebrate. I mean, all the positive steps that you're making. So you kind of build trust and confidence in your organization on your capability to achieve your goals. And also I think is to make yourself available either as a leader or just as a as a colleague to support your teammates in achieving their goals. Do they need external support? Okay, so what tools do they need? What help do they need on helping them achieve their objective? It's not about, hey, you're off target, you better adjust or you're going to be in trouble. It's more about, okay, how can I help you get there? So at the end of the day, we achieve the full objective. But yeah, the environment is super important, and keeping everyone positive, motivated is I think the key to success in the end.
What do you do, FP, to celebrate? What are some celebrations, maybe small or big, that you've done with the team?
With the team, I must say one challenge with COVID is that you need to do that, virtually. So it asks us to be, to be a bit creative. I mean, we've done a few of our activities. One cool one was to do have a chef and have a box of food delivered to everyone, where we would compose our meal live at the same time, and I would say putting together packages of company swag that we send to everyone. But I must say it's quite a challenge, recognition during COVID, because you don't get the opportunity to have a drink together. But it forces us to innovate. So for example, recently we surveyed our team on, okay, how are your managers have been performing, and one element that came back is we're not that good. And I think it's always a challenge for many organizations on giving feedback. So we use the opportunity, and right now we're deploying a process where we say, okay, you know what, during your weekly one-on-one, every week your manager will give you, it's going to be even something we're going to track internally. They're going to need to provide you one line of feedback, either positive or constructive, in order to kind of build that recognition and then feedback culture.
Nice. First of all, FP, I want to be the first one to thank you. Everyone should check out Connect&Go.com, Connect&Go. Check out Sweet Process. Check out more episodes of the podcast. And thanks everyone for listening.
Hey, thank you, Jeremy. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for listening to the Process Breakdown Podcast. Before you go, quick question. Do you want a tool that makes it easy to document processes, procedures, and/or policies for your company so that your employees have all the information they need to be successful at their job? If yes, sign up for a free 14-day trial of Sweet Process. No credit card is required to sign up. Go to sweetprocess.com, sweet like candy, and process like process.com. Go now to sweetprocess.com and sign up for your risk-free 14-day trial.
Hi, this is Owen, the CEO and co-founder here at Sweet Process. If you've enjoyed listening to this podcast interview, actually, you know what I want you to do? Go ahead and leave us a 5-star review on iTunes. That way we get more people aware of the good stuff that you get here on this podcast. Again, go on to iTunes and leave us a 5-star review. Looking forward to reading your review. Have a good day.